having that first viral moment and having being on Fox News, like, how was your mental during that time? Like, how were you processing
Oh, it was
shit?
bad.
Yeah.
My family was calling me like, "Are you okay?" Like, I was like, "Nope, I'm not."
So me personally, I'm not like the biggest Twitch head. Like I feel like my brain works. I can watch like a long form YouTube video, but I feel like if you tell me to watch a live stream, I'm not doing it. Y'all, however, because I had heard about you through other platforms, y'all had been following along on Twitch, and Twitch is what you do. This is your partner anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you don't know what partner is here, I'm gonna explain what partner is real quick. Partner is basically like on Twitch, there's different. I think we explained it actually once.
Yeah.
On Twitch, there's different like levels. You get affiliate, and then partner is kind of like you big shot if you partner. See, I'm affiliate. You know what I mean?
So congratulations.
Congratulations for partner.
Yeah, when did you first get partnered?
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
To the date, to the T.
Freshman.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was in high school.
Then we
Then you're
graduated
in
from
high
high
school.
school.
Yeah.
So
Let's talk Twitch. Yeah.
I wanna know about that side because obviously that's a big part of what like launched us here today, launched your career and everything. So basically talking about that world, we briefly discussed before about like the world of Twitch. What specifically?
So I got like 3 questions, right? I got a few questions that I wanted to ask Hasan, but I think the first question that I wanted to ask was obviously Young Turks Network. That's where you kind of like started out. What was like when did you? I know you transferred from Young Turks to like do full-time Twitch.
Yeah.
What was like the motivation behind that? Like what was the final straw that was like, okay, I got to do Twitch full-time, or like was it just like on some chill shit?
No, it was. I mean, it was an amicable split for sure, but I think like the major turning point was when I said America deserved 9/11.
Oh,
In 2019, in the fall of 2019, and then that shit was on Fox News.
yeah.
And back then, when Donald Trump was president, so you're like, I had a like a brief moment where I literally was like, the president might actually say my name, and like I'm gonna get killed, like because I was getting so many death threats, like it was crazy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just me that was getting death threats. I said that on Twitch, but everyone on the Young Turks was also getting death threats, down to like the guy who's like, you know, tweaking the knobs on the lights. And I was like, I don't, that's when I was like, I don't want other people to like have to deal with this. You know what I mean?
It's like a business decision, damn near.
Yeah, I was like, I can tank it on my own. I just don't want like these other random people to like also have to suffer for shit that I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that was like the first motivation for me to take that leap for sure. And also TYT was like looking at my numbers, I guess, and they were like, you're becoming a market competitor a little bit.
No, real.
Because they were live streaming too back then, and they still do. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do.
I didn't even know. I'm sorry, but how long did it even take you to like grow? Like how long was like the come up?
Well,
like on
2020
Twitch?
Was like when I went full time. That's when I blew up.
Okay.
Oh, really?
But before then, I had like 2,000 people sometimes watching. Like that was like a big.
Really?
I remember
That's
I found you during quarantine.
That's so crazy because I feel like I had discovered you on the YouTube side through the Young Turks well before like the Twitch blow up. So I had no idea that there was like a time where you was getting like 2K on Twitch.
Yeah.
It all happened that year?
Yeah, I would say that 2020, I went from like 5K to by the end of 2020 in the election, I had like 100,000 people watching.
That's
Yeah.
right. How did you deal with that?
I mean, it was all right. It wasn't like
just casually. 100K people watching.
Having that first viral moment and having being on Fox News, like, how was your mental during that time? Like, how were you processing
oh, it
that
was
shit?
bad.
Yeah.
My family was calling me like, "Are you okay?" Like, I was like, "Nope, I'm not." Because like I'd gotten death threats a lot in my career. Because like even at the Young Turks, like it doesn't matter if you're like doing anything politics related and you're like a leftist, you're gonna have Nazis after you.
Yeah.
Right? They're gonna be like doxing you, trying to get you killed, whatever, right? But that was definitely a different level of hatred, because it was like I had dudes like putting their government name in there. It was like, I'm an army veteran, you know. I'm an army veteran. I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yo, dumbass, put your government name in
Was there anybody?
Now I'm finding you.
Yeah.
Jail.
Too many.
FBA.
It's too
Too many. Yeah.
Too
That's
many of them to just
And
track.
I feel like at that point as well, Twitch was going through a blow up in itself 2020 because everybody was inside. That's when like the IRL, like that's when like Aiden Ross and all of them started rising up. Was around that time. Everybody was inside.
And like it's terminally online. So like that vitriol, is that something that you've continued to see throughout your career? Or do you think it's like gotten worse or better?
The vitriol? Oh no, it's just compounded. It's just bigger. Everything's bigger. You got more lovers and you got more haters at the same time. Oh yes, of course I have more threats to my life now. But I mean, it doesn't matter, bro. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Like there's literally nothing you can do about it. Also, like now I got the government. I got governments as ops now. So like, Israel. I
was gonna say let's real quick.
Has anybody like actually tried some shit though?
Like tried to kill me
or like tried to harm you in any way or press up on you?
For sure. Like swatting and stuff happens pretty frequently to like every streamer. So like there's that, but it's not. It is what it is, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say real quick because the whole piece about having governments after you. The last time you were in Chicago, you had got detained.
Yep.
And I remember like so many things was happening. And I remember, I don't think I actually sent the text to you, but I was going to reach out and be like, yo, are you just straight?
Look
but
at
I
this
seen
guy, bro.
I
was about to be a good guy.
I was about to be. And then, but I was about to be. And then the sleep hit and I was like, shit, no. Nigga said, are you
Yeah.
No, but I had
Thanks, man. Thanks for almost thinking about me.
No, I thought I just didn't ask. No, because what happened was I seen the media like tour had happened and you were already like talking to a bunch of people about it. I was like, shit, at some point we gotta ask you about that.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that like? That's got to have been terrifying.
Not really.
It was just you were expecting it?
Yeah, I was. Because
where were you coming from?
I had seen other people. I was coming back from France, and I knew that it wasn't like where I was coming back from. It's just that the fact that you're coming back into the country is when you like technically are at the mercy of border control.
Yeah.
You do have rights, but this administration doesn't give a shit.
They don't give a fuck about that.
So it don't matter. But yeah, they pulled me aside when I was like coming into the country at the gate. And they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna come with us, you know. And they took me to the back room where like the detainment center is, and I was just sitting around these like panicking families, like you know, their situation was like way worse than mine. Yeah. So I knew like I wanted to investigate it a little bit further because I had heard other people have similar experiences. So that's why I knew that it was most likely going to happen. So I just wanted to like entertain the line of questioning instead of immediately being like, I want a lawyer. Am I being detained? To see like what the line of reasoning was, what the line of inquiry was. And they took me to this back room. I sat down, I waited. I asked around, like, do you guys have American passports? And like none of the people around me had American passports. They were all foreign travelers. And people would just like routinely come in, like agents would routinely come in and out and just be like, you know, this person, that person, you know, you're good to go. But there was a secondary questioning in the other room, and they took me to this like interrogation room, sat down.
That is crazy. No, this is insane.
Yeah, there's like a weird like steel chair. There's like two wheeled steel chairs in the room, and I think like they're insanely uncomfortable looking. And I think they have those chairs for like, you know, handcuffing people into them. I didn't sit on it. I sat on the lawyer chair, you know, on the swivel lawyer chair on the side. I mean, and I just like, you know, I just talked to them. They were asking me questions like, you know, what do you think about Israel? What do you think about Donald Trump?
That's nuts.
No. And I remember the
nuts.
first time I heard you like open up about that and say that. I think that immediately. I mean, what we know as people who like pay attention to politics, we understand that the administration doesn't give a fuck about like rights and everything. But like, I genuinely. And now we're in it now. So when we leave the country and come back, it could be some shit. The fact that we're asking about the opinion on the president, like. There are certain things I remember you were making a point that like if the Epstein thing that was in the news is like your switch point, like where have you been this entire time?
Yeah.
That is something that's like what you can't enter the country and you will be subject to questioning if you take a viewpoint that's critical of the
What
president.
do you think about Israel?
Straight North
I'm in the
Korea.
U.S.
What do you
right
think
now.
about it?
Yeah.
How long
U.S.
did they-
border.
U.S. border. What do you think about
Yeah.
Israel?
How long did
That's-
they have you in a room for?
I mean, it was like, I can't remember exactly how long it was. Like, I thought the whole process took like about at like an hour 45, 2 hours. So it wasn't that crazy, but I mean, the entire reason for why they do it is intimidation, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, it's just to be like, because they can't like, it's technically illegal for them to like actually detain me or stop me from entering the country because like I'm done nothing wrong.
Exactly.
Right.
But like there is a line of inquiry there where they do ask you some like questions that are, if you answer incorrectly, you could be arrested. Like, have you ever offered any material support to a known terrorist organization, stuff like that? I was like, laughed it off. I was like, no. And after that, I was like, I asked them like, am I being detained? Like, what's going on? And shortly after that question, like they basically let me go.
Yeah, because they can't.
Because they can't
Yeah,
do
they can't do
anything.
shit.
They're just
Yeah.
bullshit.
I was gonna
It's
say
bullshitting.
the real terrifying part about it is that like the person who isn't a Hasan, the person who isn't
Yeah.
even one of us, because we niggas, but like
Yeah.
we're now
yeah,
having emotion and we
yeah,
understand
exactly. We know certain things.
You're asking people who are coming in from other countries who and a lot of
You
them are
asked
not
me a
privy
year
to
ago. I was
everything.
gonna say, you asked me a year ago, like, what do I think about? I have no idea what to tell you because I don't know shit about. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like and
Yeah, I'd be
it's,
like, that's awfully suspicious.
Yeah.
You don't know? We're going to keep you here for another 4 hours. Let's see if you figure it out.
Hold it
that's
down,
insane.
nigga.
But you got out of that, and then
Yeah.
what was the thought process like when you were leaving? Just like
I mean, I was relieved that I didn't get arrested for sure, but at the same time, I was just like, oh, I guess we gotta fucking deal with this now too.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
That's crazy.
Well, I would have been so excited to start up that live stream when I got back.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
what the fuck is like? It's actually real.
Back to live streaming and back to like Twitch culture. My next question was, we actually were on Mark, like talking about hate, talking about that. How do you deal with hate within the Twitch community from other streamers for like viewpoints, things you say, just in general?
because
Bro, so many of them are pedophiles, so it's just like, it's so easy.
yes,
They are weird.
Yeah, they're weird, dude.
we were
bunch of
talking.
weird
We
ass
were
people,
talking
bro.
earlier, like in the car, about like, and there's relationships. As you get up in like whatever given industry, you're going to shake hands. You're going to talk to different people. And the thing that you had mentioned that I didn't really respect was the fact that like, because for the simple fact that you think differently than someone else, it's very easy to like hate train somebody, especially on like
Yeah.
Especially
so
on Twitch.
it's funny.
It's bad
The
on
people
Twitch.
who do it.
Yeah.
Bad about it. But like,
Yeah.
what has been your experience with that? And do you think that like there's a genuine like disagreement like on principle, or do you think these people just probably have not thought as deeply about it?
Or they just
I think
farming.
I think there's a lot of people who farm for sure. Because like for many people, they don't think too deeply about politics. It's just a trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the example that always comes to my mind, I don't know if you guys know this, but like a couple months ago, someone posted they were like going after like Aiden Ross and XCC and their older tweets. And they were pulling up their tweets to like kind of reverse cancel them, but from the right. They were posting their tweets about them being pro BLM.
Oh,
Because back then in 2020,
we're here.
that was the meta, right?
Yeah.
Like
We're
everybody.
Everybody was, yeah.
Yeah, so like right wingers were like, "Look at you, dude! You were saying fucking Black Lives Matter. Like, what's up with that?"
actually
Like,
Oh, yeah.
we're in a time.
That's
We're not here.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're not here.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like that's like literally the smallest thing you can do in that situation. But like, but XQC didn't believe it. He was like, "Oh, this is the classic problem with people thinking that like everything you see on the internet is real." And then like 5 minutes later, he replies to it. He's like, "Oh fuck, it is a real tweet." This motherfucker forgot he tweeted in support of Black Lives Matter
He
so-
tweeted in support of Black Lives
in
Matter.
2020.
Forgot.
Yeah.
Was shocked that he
That he said, hey,
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
I think this shit fake.
Which is crazy because he's like, "My bad, guys. I'm sorry. I thought black people were people."
Why are we apologizing?
Mind you, for the viewers at home who don't know, XQC is literally one of the. I think he probably got like the biggest deal out of Twitch.
Yeah.
right?
He got 100 million from Kick when he went to Kick.
Kick.
So
Damn.
like, but and they were like making fun of Aiden too because he was like also pro BLM because like everyone was doing it. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because like for a lot of people it's just a trend, right? It's the cool thing to do, or you have to be brand friendly, you have to say these things or whatever, right? So now the trend is swung in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So now they're just farming right wing shit.
Yeah.
There are, however, people who are genuinely like hateful people who do have ideological disagreements with me. And you know, they have like real. I mean, they're still they're still also like insanely uneducated. Make no mistake. But at least they have like I guess some kind of like worldview that is at odds with mine.
Yeah.
But
I think the thing that I value about that point is that because like when you hate train and you do the clip farming thing and you like follow that trend of that popular culture, we talked about it last episode about how the popular culture on Twitch for such a long time has just been unabashed racism, and then we laugh about it.
Yeah.
When you're capitalizing off of that and you're kind of like trying to start your trend, it kind of makes being the racist, being the Nazi, being the person who doesn't understand that you should like try to help make people comfortable, it makes that the profit.
Yeah.
It makes that
Oh,
profit.
yeah.
I remember-
So you kind of like
And you build a
usher in
complete, you build a complete
generations
fan base off that.
which is so crazy because I'm like, it's crazy for obvious reasons.
There's so many-
Y'all are like trending, being like a Nazi essentially.
A big thing with that trend, like we were talking about it earlier, like how a couple years ago, like when the gambling shit was really big on Twitch,
Yeah.
and it was really a hate train on you, like when the W and L community was like first starting, they like hated you because like, bro, you were not for that gambling shit.
yeah, which is kind of interesting because like they don't fuck with that either now. Like
Yeah,
they're
they
so-
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So, but it's basically people don't remember what you said. They just remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
Right. So like they felt small in that moment. They felt stupid in that moment. They felt like I was taking away their favorite parasocial content creators like mechanism to make tens of millions of dollars
And scam
So
them,
then
too.
they would just like and then scam them
my
in
God.
the audience.
Mind
me
you,
no more.
sitting here in 2025, they all
Yeah.
have money.
Yeah, and it's like, and for that reason, they were just like piling on, and I didn't really care about it that much because it is what it is,
Yeah.
I'm used to it. But it's interesting because like that anger and resentment doesn't go away even if they fucking have arrived at my position 5 years later.
Yeah, you
So
still
they
mad
still,
about it.
they'll still be like, I hate gambling, but also fuck Hasan.
I don't like. I genuinely think it's a trend on Twitch for fuck us on. Right before we were talking about this episode, we were actually like brainstorming shit, and I was like, I think I want to talk about like just the hate train that Hasan gets on Twitch in general. Like it's damn near, to an
forced.
extent, it's like it's damn near. No, it's definitely forced. I thought. It's so bad that like months ago, because we were locked in on so many other things, I wasn't really focusing like on Twitch. That was when I took that little break. It's so bad I genuinely thought you weren't streaming or anything anymore. Because I'm like, I guess, I don't know, Hasan, they like ran Hasan out. And I go on Twitch and I'm like, starting to look. And I'm like, no, he has 20K views. He has 30K views. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah.
It's that many people though that like don't know shit, but they're immediately like, fuck Hasan. Fuck Hasan. He's weird. He did. And it's like, what are
Like we don't
talking
even have to
about?
get too deep into it, but you know it was so petty with the fact of like they're calling you as a grown man a snitch. It's
Yeah.
like no,
what
what
are
are
we
we
talking
talking
about?
So what was that?
Oh no, that was just like that was the minor. That wasn't that.
That's like
kind
the
of
lightest.
get too
That wasn't even like a majorly consequential thing. I was just like, I think it was like Aiden and DGG like many years ago when they were talking, and I was like telling someone in the chat who didn't understand what was going on, like why DG was like saying it wasn't Aiden, it was someone else, but it was Aiden that it's 'cause Aiden was banned, and then they were like, oh, you're a snitch, and they got mad. But I mean, I don't have any like bad blood with those guys in general. Like the people that do actually hate farm are mostly like right wing content creators in general.
I think for me the issue that I'll see is that like when you're talking about the hate train and even like when it be minor shit, it's just such a lack of like thinking for yourself that pisses me off. Because
It's
I'm
that
like
parasocial relationship
because
you
like
create,
we're
though.
saying, right?
can't think for yourself.
We talked about it last episode about like having your fun but having a purpose to it, right? I think all of us laugh. We're chill. We just
I be
hang
on
out
stream
like of course.
bullshitting.
But it's like I don't think it's the craziest concept in the world to be like, hey, I do fuck with you when you like
saying certain
like
things,
cool.
yeah.
But gambling, I'm not cool on.
Yeah, it's not.
And-
It's having a
And
fucking
you get so
sign.
deep into the fact now you're repeating it and you don't even know what you're saying.
There's so many people
Because
that,
it's not like niggas are trying to like kill everybody vibe. If anything, it's trying to protect you because as a listener, as a consumer, they making a bag off your ass.
There's
And
Money I've
you're-
lost on prospects, nigga.
there's so many avenues of like chat moderation that you can go through like within Twitch and stuff like that. And I run into that issue all the time because it's like you want like you don't want to be the person that like doesn't allow everything, but you also I'm not about to just sit there and allow y'all to call like women nut ass names and all of my chat. And it's like it's just having a fucking spine.
I think
it's being able to step away from the content, shit, step away from the money, and be like, okay, what do I value, morals, etc.
I think, and I think I was gonna say, as we at least speaking like as someone who's consuming a lot of the space, it especially at the beginning half, like the 2010s, you don't really see a lot of like black voices represented. Hella. So
That's-
like you already, especially when you put yourself in that situation, you're already kind of like on that pressure to go along to get along. It's like, where does that end? Because like I do want to be happy, I do want to be amicable to y'all, and I don't want to like create anything. But like,
also,
how
I don't get down with half the. That's why I stream alone.
Yeah.
That's why like I haven't done like a collab stream in the longest, just because like I fuck with people on stream. It's not that I don't fuck with other streamers, of course, and that's kind of part of streaming, as you know. It's kind of like mingling, certain things like that. But it's like I'm not willing to do streams with everybody and anybody in everybody's community because I know how it is.
yeah. So
I'm already knowing.
Is that like a pressure that you think you felt, or do you like?
yeah?
as
How do
well
you
get used
navigate
to it?
that
Like,
now? Like collabs, like stuff like that.
Back when I was one of the top, like Twitch was in 2020. Twitch definitely still had like a different culture at the top.
very.
Like people were trying to be brand friendly.
Yeah.
You know. So when I was like the only political voice pretty much on the platform, I think that like had a reflection on the rest of the platform as well, where people were just like, oh, this is the vibe. You know. It's kind of like going to a rock music concert or something. You're not expecting classical music at that space.
Yeah.
So that's basically what the vibes were, and that shift eroded over time for sure, and then especially changed in the exact opposite direction now with the Trump victory.
Yeah.
So now the vibes are atrocious.
It is. No,
I think it was like
Twitch is really bad.
I really think it was like it's Kick for sure, but I think it was Twitter too. Like Elon Musk purchasing Twitter, and just like Twitter
and
being
Aiden himself. Yeah.
Elon Musk purchasing Twitter, and basically opening up the faucet of like Nazi shit. Definitely had a negative impact on every other social media, because like every other social media feeds off of Twitter as well.
Yeah.
Maybe less so now because of what we're talking about, but like especially in the beginning, like
Twitter was that app.
you
It was
couldn't-
always that.
people
couldn't go
basically
to-
just go, "Oh, this is the cool thing." Like being
Yeah.
a Nazi is the cool thing. It's just so sounds so crazy to say.
I was gonna say it kind of ruined. No, kind of. It very much did ruin Twitter for me because I don't go on that platform nowadays just because I'll get constantly like fed certain shit. But like that, I think after Elon bought it, I remember even reading an article about it. They said like slurs increased by 500%. Like the
500%,
day after
I
he
remember
bought
when
it.
like back in the day, people wouldn't even use like news sites. They would just go straight to Twitter.
Yeah,
Still.
that's what I used to do.
Right. Yeah, and I was
Journals were breaking stories on there, man.
Yeah.
They don't do that no more.
They don't. Yeah, they've kind of like all exited
Free
because
speech.
you've detonated the protections, the guidelines that stop certain shit, and now you kind of pushed everybody off the platform besides the people who like really fuck with that shit already.
Or the people-
It's created that cesspool, and that's why like the profitable thing, the up thing right now is just being there are probably so many created daily on them chat rooms on Twitter, bro.
like the lady who called like that 5-year-old black kid the N-word.
Yes.
Like she literally farmed like almost $1 million off that.
Did you see? We talked about Jubilee.
We did.
Did you see the last Jubilee episode with Mehdi Hasan where
Yeah.
they had he didn't even
was
speak
ridiculous.
because he probably said some crazy.
and you know
shit.
what we
but he
don't
had
belong
the
here.
he had the
And
shirt
nuts.
on.
And you know what we didn't notice about the shirt?
What?
The shirt also had the
Burger
Burger
King?
King hats from
Yeah.
the dude that was on the
On the
plane.
plane?
Yes.
That was it was from the chick on
Just
the
straight up, just
People think
hard
this
R.
shit is just
a-
cool.
Yeah, dude who has like 8 different N-word memes on an AI made T-shirt.
Crazy.
Like
sitting there with
That
the
is
flag,
2025.
the camera's panning to him in the
Fucking hell.
background. I was gonna say, does it feel like lonely as a streamer, like trying to fight against all that?
I mean, definitely.
Yeah.
It's just the craziest thing is there are a lot of streamers who agree with me politically. They're just too afraid to
say
say
it,
They just
yeah.
don't say that they're
because
afraid of that.
now
Like,
that environment of like, there's an element of danger to just like even invoke the name of like Aiden, Asmongold, or even fucking like Ethan Klein now. Like there are a
Their
couple,
fan bases are so. I told them about that the other day. I was like, as much as I want to, it's the jam, but also like I'm like mentioning Aiden and them, bro, and they communities catch on to that shit.
yeah.
It's tough. They be doxing.
Does that almost like frustrate you when like you see a lot of streamers who don't speak out on shit and you're like really an advocate for all that?
It's like I wish they would, but I also don't want anyone else to put up with that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can tank it, and if someone is volunteering it, then that's great. I welcome them. But my expectation at this point is like most people are just not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Because they're just like worried. Some people don't say anything because they want to fuck up the bag.
Right.
That sucks.
Some
Like
people.
if you're like a large content creator, that's why I have so much respect for Speed and his like development,
His
journey.
development. That's the biggest thing I'll give him props for is that like you don't really get to see people develop in real time.
Yeah, he could have gone so easily on the opposite route.
Yeah,
than he went on.
especially right now when it's popular.
Yeah.
Has any like one of those streamers that are afraid to talk about politics ever like reach out to you for advice on how to jump into it?
Yeah.
That's
Sure. People ask me that stuff all the time. Yeah.
That's why I was like, the way I think about it is kind of similar to you in the sense that like I remember when we were getting started doing this, you always run into that thing. It's like I don't want to sign up nobody for something that they don't want to sign up for. So I always think about that burden like when it comes to politics in that entire world, which I'm happy I got niggas with me who were like, all right, let me put my due diligence into, but it's a lot. So I can completely understand the perspective. It's like, I'll understand why you don't say nothing. I personally, because I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but also I'm a nigga. I want y'all to like get up and do what you can or whatever, even if it's like a little like thing. I also get it, but it's also like, damn, like now is that time where having that conscious, it matters. And yes, there is that danger with it, but it will always be danger with it. I was gonna say, I always think about like, I remember when people were talking about like not wanting to be involved, not wanting to like talk about issues or protest or whatever. And I'm like, I don't think there's an era where we could ever get away with that.
Yeah.
Nope.
And it's like it just varies on how needed it is. And right now it's like very needed. But I'm very happy that like certain people will reach out. Thank you for watching this long. If you haven't already, subscribe. What is you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? You think we just sitting here doing it for nothing?
You think you're gonna sit here and not
Need
do
to
shit? Like,
Click that I know you're not subscribed. Click it. Cool.